Hello to all of my new little baby cougars. I'm talking about the BYU Freshman. Here's my video of my top 10 tips for you as you start off on your wonderful journey of discovery and learning. I myself have recently graduated from BYU, and I just so happen to have this right next to me. Oh my gosh. This is my diploma. It does not yet have my information in it. It is the sample, but it's legit. I can prove it. I can also prove to you somehow that I have some BYU street smarts and also some tips to help make it easier and better for you than perhaps it was for me. But my experience at BYU was wonderful and challenging, and it is a beautiful place to be and to live and to learn and to discover and enjoy and live. Okay. My first tip for you is all about choosing a major. Now, it's okay to take your time. You've probably already had to declare one once you registered for your first semester of classes. And it's okay if the one that you picked right now is not the one you end up doing. And it's probably most likely not going to be, because you learn and change and grow, and you experience new things, and you realize something you came in wanting to do, you found something better. Me, myself, I came in as a pre-music dance theater. I ended up having a voice teacher that scared me off. I didn't even audition, and I kind of regret that. But eventually I found, through going through the academic advisement office, which is in the Wilk, the student center, right as you walk in coming off of Brigham Square. It's right there on the corner with glass windows by the staircase. There's a staircase that has like a picture printed on them. You'll see it. You go in there, you can get an appointment with a counselor and help you just figure out what your options are and what you want to do. I ended up doing public relations, and which got me a Bachelor of Arts in Communications. Honestly, I saw it on the list. This is my second semester, so winter semester, and I just knew that was going to be my major. I didn't know anything about it. So you can kind of take in your kind of internal feelings and, I'm going to say, promptings that you might get where you should be and what you want to do. You're coming in out of high school and perhaps you want to do something, you want to do a major in something that you excelled in high school. That's something that I wanted to do. I ended up doing something totally different, and yes, I really missed theater while I was in school, but I ended up really thriving and doing well in public relations, and it actually fit my skills. And now I feel like I'm more well-rounded. I can excel in different areas. So I highly suggest that if you're feeling bummed out because you didn't get into your dream major, you have a chance to learn something new. It's do something that you're going to love and that you can use. I'm not saying like abandon your dreams, get a practical major, because any experience you get, any educational experience you get, if it's in your dream major or not, it's going to be worthwhile. But I'm saying that if you need another option, there are so many for you to choose from. Number 2, that brings me to classes. And I just wanted to bring up a couple of fun electives that I used. My number one thing about classes is please do not take 1,000,000 credits. Some of you coming in with scholarships probably need to take 14. Cap it at 15, guys. Coming in from high school, you do not realize what that load is going to feel like. I'm telling you, I don't think I went above 14. I averaged around 13 and a half. And that was enough for me, because classes and college, there's just so much mental load that you have on that you didn't have in high school, even though high school is stressful and busy. I don't know, you have to think about your meals 3 times a day. I mean, unless you're living in the dorms, which I'll get to. But I don't know, you have to think about making new friends, living on your own, being homesick. Like, there's so much load that you do not need to overwhelm yourself with classes. And I say the only caveat to this is if you are financing your own school and you want to get through and pack in as much as you can. But even then, you don't want to pack in so much that you do poorly in your classes, because the classes are hard. And you're going to be surprised. I'm saying not probably, you're going to be surprised. And so you sailed through chemistry. You'll get to Chemistry 101. I didn't take it, but I'm just saying you'll probably get to Chemistry 101 and feel like banging your head against the wall. So just take it easy. Average 14 credits or less. I would say go less your first year, because it's a big adjustment and you just want to take it as easy as possible. So a couple fun classes that I took, and okay, here's something else. So I'm taking a fun class, like I'm taking yoga, or I'm taking tap dance, or I'm taking ballet, which I took tap dance and ballet. There's still work, like you have to, they count your attendance, you have to do tests, you have to film yourself doing dances, and it's annoying and embarrassing. So don't just pack them in just because you can. Pack it in if you really want to do it and you have the time. And if you don't have the time, drop them. It's totally fine. So again, as I mentioned, these classes, remember that they all were a lot of work, but I'm happy that I had the chance to take them. I found my list of classes, but I also wanted to just mention this is the computer that got me through 5 years of school, so shout out to it. It's dying, I need a new one. Okay, let's talk about American Heritage. Everyone beefs about American Heritage all the time. I was coming in from Canada. I was American, and I went to school in Canada, and I missed U.S. history. And I miss learning about it because I like it a lot. So I was excited to be in American Heritage, and people freak out about being hard. Honestly, I just cared about what I was learning. I had a great professor, Karpowski, I think his name was. You have a great lab class. I met a lot of cool people. You have essays, but you have to be good at essays. You have to be good at writing in all fields. So just get used to it. You can do it. You'll have fun. World religion. I took this as a religion credit. I highly recommend it. You all need to be aware of other religions around the world. That is a great opportunity to learn about all religions, even some that I hadn't heard about, like ancient ones, or Zoroastrianism. Anybody? I loved that class. Okay, coming in, everyone has to take Writing 150. I'm pretty sure it's still the same. I switched it. I was in a Writing 150 class. It was taught by a grad student. I wanted a professor, and I realized that the class was really easy. It was just going on about the basics of a 5-paragraph essay, which I was kind of shocked about, because you learn that in high school, you're done with that, you should be moving on. So you can take Philosophy 150, which I ended up really enjoying. It was a small class, which is similar to Writing 150. Really interesting people, and you write essays, and you get to think deep. So I'm just saying, if you get into Writing 150 and you're like, oh, I feel like I need a challenge, go to Philosophy 150. I took skiing. Guys, Sundance is 20 minutes up the canyon. I hadn't skied before. I had snowboarded a couple times. That can be great. Take that if you want it. Evening classes, just in general, evening classes. If you can, I had a lot of evening classes, especially in the communications department, but they're really not that bad. But I try to avoid them because it's nice to have your evenings off to work on other things or just have time. Okay, this class is called Digit 230. It's for digital humanities. And this is where you can learn how to do InDesign, Photoshop, whatever, all that stuff. I took that as a spring class, which honestly I really liked spring term, but I took that and that is super helpful. I'll say my last beef about accounting. I had to take accounting for my major. You don't anymore, by the way, so if you go on major, you're lucky. Accounting, super helpful, stuff you use in your life. But BYU has a problem where they create these really hard classes as feeder classes because the accounting program is so competitive. So if one day there's an accounting class available that's just for the layman and not for someone trying to get into their program, that'd be great because it's very useful. Number 3, I want to talk about friends because that's probably something that's on your mind. If you come to school with people that you know, or you're rooming with somebody, I think you just have to be prepared that you change and you grow, you go through different things, and you respond to new situations differently. And just be okay with moving on from certain friends if they're no longer the kind of friends that you want. Say you find better friends, then it's okay. And honestly, just be kind to people. It's really easy to be cliquey. I think freshman year, I see that a lot. Just be kind to people and look for people who may not have friends or people who can't make friends as easily as you. It's just so easy to just to be kind. And at the same time, don't exhaust yourself because there's so many new people. It can be overwhelming, especially living in the dorms, just being surrounded by new people all the time. So if you need to take away by yourself, do it. I was a loner a lot of the time, and I liked that. Like, I like being by myself, and I'm sure some of you feel the same way, or a lot of you feel the same way now, but just be aware of that. How to find friends. I'll get to this. I'm going to talk about study abroad, so that's where I met my best friends. But I think you will be, the universe kind of puts like people together, which is how I feel. As long as you are yourself, which I think going to college is that's the best attitude you can have, is it's time to just be yourself. And also, if you're not sure who that person is, you can find out. You can explore new things. You're in a new place, and you'll grow and you'll change. How to find friends. That's kind of how I feel. Just be kind and to be aware of people who might need a friend, and to join things that you like, and you'll find people that also like them. And so once you find those friends, hold on to them and cherish those friendships because they will last. I definitely believe that. Okay, number four. I'm talking about clubs and activities, and this is going to tie into a later point, but I think it's important to be involved. I should have taken that advice more myself as a student, but there's easy ways to volunteer. Like, if I could go back, I would join like the Big Brothers Big Sisters or tutoring, because I love helping kids and working with kids. So just find things that you can do because it really enriches your life, and especially if you're going to grad school, you're looking for other things, you're going to want that experience. But it's also just nice to take a break from yourself. And I'm thinking about this, I'm 23 now, but I was a teenager and I really remember it. And looking back now, I realize how it's just, I feel like the way your brain is at that time, you're just self-involved, and it's hard for you to see outside of yourself. So any opportunity you have to serve or to look out for someone else, it helps. And you can't help it the way you are, because that was that. You're just thinking about yourself and everything you have to do, which is how we are. But take a chance to get out of that. Activities. There are clubs, there are activities. Just go to stuff that sounds interesting. Just try new things. I loved going to the shows. They always have amazing theater and people coming to sing at the HVAC. So look out for those because you might miss them. Having that, you get this, I'm pretty sure you still get the theater pass as a freshman. Use it. So many great new things to try. And again, clubs and activities, how you can make friends. But just go in looking to have a good time and to do something that you enjoy. My fifth point is gonna tie into this, and I titled it, Leave University More Woke Than When You Got There. And I seriously hope that when you leave college, you are more open-minded, you have formed your own opinions about things that are educated, and you can have a conversation with someone who's a different viewpoint than you, and it can be productive, and you can learn something about someone, and you can show respect to someone else. I think it's super important to be open-minded, especially coming in. Like, people have gone through different things than you, people have different struggles, people are from different places than you, and so it's really great if you can kind of let go a little bit of how you think the world is supposed to be, and keep your mind open for how other people live and what other people think. Because nothing is worse than people who I see that have graduated college, but they're still as closed-minded, and they're still as, I don't know, whatever negative thing I want to say. People are racist. Not many people that are racist, but I mean people that haven't challenged those internal racist things that happen. Just people that are sexist, people that are homophobic, and it's like, have you not talked to anyone different from yourself type of thing. So just have a wide pool of people that you know, and just keep your mind open. Keep your mind open to different professors. People have gone through different things than you. And I think that really adds to your experience. Talking BYU specific now. Specific things that go on. Okay, where to live on and off campus. You've already picked your freshman housing, you know, and if you haven't, you're probably freaking out. I lived one semester in Byu, and then I lived one semester in Helaman. Pros and cons, I loved Helaman. I think it was super fun. It lucked out because my freshman year is the year they changed the admission age. Everyone left, so I had a room to myself. Okay, when it comes to dorms, it kind of depends on if you have a car or not, because New Heritage, which is probably just Heritage now, but it was new, there's not really a lot of parking. And Helaman, I feel like it's super crowded all the time. So I chose a place to live based on parking and not necessarily how the dorms were, because I really like New Heritage, but I had a car. So if you don't have a car, then it's great. It doesn't matter. But it's also kind of not great if you don't have a car, right? I don't know. You'll survive. Contracts. This is for when you go off campus, which you don't have to think about this for a year. Lucky dogs. Or maybe 3 years if you're going on your mission right after freshman year. They're year-long contracts, and there's no way of getting out of it. I have tried, so just be aware of that, and trying to sell your contract is the worst. So sell it early and sell to people that you may know, because then you actually get a response from them. Okay, number 6, where to eat. Now, if you have an allergy or something like that, it's best to talk to people at dining services. If you're in the Cannon Center, talk to the chefs, and they really make things aware and labeled, because I eat mostly gluten-free, so I'm kind of restricted on what I could eat around campus. Hopefully it gets better while you're there. But in the Cougar Eat, in the morning they have places for breakfast. Not everything's open, but Scoreboard Grill, they have a really good breakfast scramble that I would get. Super oily, but super good. And it's like $3, which is great because a lot of times things are around $10 if you want to get like a full meal. Chick-fil-A, bless up. You'll never know Cougar Eat without a Chick-fil-A. You'll never know what life is like before you could walk in and get fries anytime you wanted. You'll see the line is long. It goes quickly, so don't worry about that. Subway line. I actually have never been to the Subway line again because I didn't really eat much gluten. Yeah, just count your blessings for Chick-fil-A, seriously. And hopefully, anyone that sees this video, you will see the day when there's caffeinated sodas, because there's no reason for them not to be there. I will testify of that. This is about number 7, and I am titling this Dating. First thing I have written under dating, calm it down. I'm going to show you this right here. Calm down. I realize now, hindsight, that I get the hype about wanting to get married quick, but I cannot imagine my 18-year-old self being married, because you change so much. You grow and mature so much every year, and especially just this time in your life, this little blip of young adulthood, you change so much. So seriously, calm down. Calm down. Date because you want to get to know new people and you want to have fun experience with people, not with marriage in mind. And it's great to get married, it's important, but as an 18-year-old, just have fun, you guys. And another great thing that I learned is you can date someone and have it not end up in marriage, which happens a lot, and not be crushed by it, but use it as a growing experience. You'll learn from someone. It's hard, obviously, to break up. I myself have not had that experience, but I know that it is. But it's okay, because those experiences are worthwhile, and it's not fair to go into a relationship and be like, I don't see myself, or just going on a date, be like, I don't see myself marrying this person. Like, it's really limiting on you. You could get to know someone cool, or someone that could help you down the line, or give you ideas for new directions in your life, or new things you want to do. So just don't say no to someone because you're like, oh, I wouldn't want to marry this person, because you're probably not going to. So just calm down about that. Especially one thing I think about in terms of not getting married right away is this is your time in your life to be selfish. It's your time to be on your own. It's your time to do what you want. It's your time to learn. It's your time to grow as a person, which will only help you down the line when you're later married and want to have a family. Because you just want to have this time to kind of anchor yourself and to figure out who you are. Because if you go right into a relationship, you really don't have that much time to figure out who you are on your own. And it's important to have that sense of self. Just be aware of the dating pressure, which I'm sure you are. I'm sure you experienced it. But just be aware, and you can kind of reject it, because I'm kind of against the notion of pushing it so much in your singles ward, because you should be there at church to be at church. to learn about the Savior and grow your testimony. It should not be a meat market. It should not be, I need to be looking good every Sunday because I need to meet my husband. It should be, I'm here at church to worship. And it's strayed from that, which I think is sad. And I think also you will meet so many great people in your singles wards, but there's almost just so much pressure about getting married and looking good and almost objectifying yourself that you don't get a chance to just be friends with people. So, and how you date people is by being friends with people. Dating turns to friendship. You know, great relationships come from good friendships. So just be aware of that and be like, it's okay. I hear places and wards that they have point systems and they have different things about dating, and that's not what it's about. Like, yeah, it's important to get married, but not the second, okay? So just be aware of that. I wrote down value sincerity. I think valuing the people that are sincere, because there are people that are not. People that just date people based just on looks and aren't interesting. So just value that. Value people who reach out to you and want to date. And you can tell they are sincere, and you'll learn that along the way. This ties into my next point, which is wards. Going to church, it's a big part of BYU. It's a big part of your time there and the cultural experience of your wards. I don't always have the best experience in my wards, and I'm not sure if that was just me and my outlook on it, or if that's how it actually was. But I think part of it is just finding people that you gel with, and part of it is removing that pressure of the dating cloud away that prevents you from just making friends. And I feel like people, I don't name guys as a whole, be like, oh, this girl likes me. Sometimes guys go on an ego trip and they think every girl likes them, which isn't always true. So I'm just saying, just make friends. And one thing that I use now, especially now I'm in different YSA wards, different wards, moving around, is when I go into an activity or I go into something by myself, going to church by myself, find someone who is more lonely than you. Find someone, and this can apply to your whole college experience. Just find someone who is in need of a friend and be that friend for them. And it can make that difference for that person and for you. The next thing I want to talk about are study abroads. Study abroad, I went to London my third semester, so my first semester of sophomore year, completely changed my life direction, changed everything. One, I'm obsessed with London. I love it so much. Living there was a total dream. I actually just got back from a graduation trip where I did go back to visit because it is my favorite place. And all these behind here are postcards that I've collected along my time there, both times. The main thing that I took away from study abroad, besides my obsession with living in a place that's so expensive and far away, is my friends. Everyone I kind of knew went off on a mission because of the age change. All the girls I knew had met freshman year. So I was feeling a bit lost, and seriously, study abroad saved me. The people that I met there, they're my homies now. They're my homies forever. And if you're feeling like I haven't met friends in college that I click with, that I do this, study abroad is the best thing, because you are stuck with people that you probably would never be friends with in a different situation. But because you're with these people 24/7 for months at a time, you really get to know people for who they are without, it just kind of removes the judgment that we have of people and it puts you with a common ground. So I say that is the best thing ever, is building your friends. And since I did that sophomore year, I had these friends for the remaining years of college. I could room with them, hang out with them. We had reunions. And if you're someone like me who didn't go on a mission, having this is just kind of like having that experience of being away, of being with people that you love and get to reunite with them. It's a great experience to have. I'm just saying, you gotta do it, man. There's so many places to try. There are so many places you can go. BYU makes it easier to pay for it with grants, with scholarships, and it's so worth it. You'll just be changed. And I feel like this time in your life, like I mentioned, it's your time to be selfish, per se. It's your time to explore new places, because it only enriches your life. And I say you gotta go for it. Point is to just be yourself and to let other people be themselves. I feel like it's easy for us to project our world view, what we have, on other people, but it kind of prevents us from really appreciating other people's points of view. So give that permission. I mentioned serving others. That is just a huge part of it. Is just kind of forgetting everything else and your differences and just serving someone. I think body positivity is important because honestly, BYU has the highest percentage of hot Instagram models than I think anywhere. And if you feel like you don't match that type, or you wish you could, but your body type is something that is different, I feel like it's really important to practice body positivity and encourage it among people around you. Like, it's okay if you don't wear the same clothes as everyone else. It's okay to have your own style. It's okay if you don't have the most expensive piece of clothing that everyone else seems to have. And it's okay if your body type is different, because that is how we're made. Like, you should appreciate your body for the way it is. Obviously, you need to be healthy. Obviously, you want to take care of yourself, but never punish yourself, and just love the body that you have, because it's so easy to get caught up in all of it. It's so easy to just be so hard on yourself, because you'll walk on your way to class, you'll pass like 20 people that probably have their own like affiliates on Instagram of selling products, like they're that beautiful. So just appreciate your own beauty, and also realize that your body, your beauty is just that part of you. You need to appreciate it, accept it, and just like appreciate yourself as a whole person and human being that you are, and just not your looks, because that's not everything that matters. And so just take that pressure off, and just, honestly, read body positivity blogs, follow Beauty Redefined, and just kind of eliminate that pressure, because it's enough. And as RuPaul says, if you can't love yourself, how the heck are you gonna love anybody else? You hear me? You hear me? And the great thing about being surrounded by so many wonderful people is that you can learn from them. And it's really important to get in your head early that I'm learning from someone and I'm not judging them. And I'm not... It's so easy to envy people, because people are so amazing, and you'll meet so many amazing, cool people, and it's so easy to be so hard on yourself and just curl up in a hole and be like, no one loves me, no one wants to team me, no one wants to do anything. I've thought all these thoughts, but it's not true. You just need to surround yourself with people that love you for you, and to just kind of reject that culture pressure that you need to look a certain way. And it's great if you look a certain way. Like, you look any way you want. Like, you're beautiful, you're amazing just the way you are. And you just need to get that in early. And I feel like this time in your life is where you really learn that, because you're really self-conscious as a teenager. You may not think it, but everyone is self-conscious. And so I think the best thing you can do in college is to overcome that and to develop that self-confidence in all aspects of your life. So just in general, you just gotta leave university better than when you entered it. And say you don't finish up your full BYU education, you choose another path, you do this, you do that. You can still use this time for learning about yourself, learning about other people, being exposed to new ideas, and accepting them. And you're in your classes, challenge what other people are saying that you might not agree with. Like, stand up for yourself, even though you might be the only one that has that opinion, because what you have to say is important, and people will learn and remember things that you say. You might not know what it is, or when, or what point in their life they remember, but it's just always important to speak your mind. And also, if you don't have anything on your mind, learn new stuff to have on your mind, because that's what college is about. Most of all, learn the words of the fight song. Actually, don't worry about it, because you can mouth along, but it might save you some stress if you know the middle verse, I think it is. Other things, if people ask you if you like Harry Potter, always say yes. Even if you don't, just say yes, because it'll save you both grief. You love Harry Potter, Hamilton, just do your thing. Also, you have to be a Disney fan, or else you get kicked out. Just kidding, but it seems like it's pretty mandatory. Buy the cherry sours, the grapefruit sours that they sell at the candy stand. They're little pink balls. They're really good. They're in the bookstore. Order your books online. Saves you a line. Or just don't go during class changes when you have to buy your books. Okay, now I'm getting really sad that I'm not BYU anymore. But I'm not. I'm actually really happy to be moving on in my life. And I want you to have a great time at school, and to just make the world better around you, and to be a good person and learn how to be a good person, and just challenge the ways you think. And I think the best thing that I learned about college is supposed to teach you how to think. and how to give your own ideas. And I think that's really important. So just remember that. And I'm saying Provo has the best weather. You get all 4 seasons. If I see any of you Californians complaining about the weather and you're not wearing a coat in the winter, I have zero sympathy for you. Get warm clothes and you'll be fine, okay? I'm in Canada. I know what I'm talking about. You'll be okay. Just wear shoes that don't get wet in the snow. Get a pair of boots, and get a coat and you'll be okay. Maybe a hat, maybe gloves if you're getting crazy. But it will save you a lot of trouble, because winters are not just throwing a hoodie, even though you might wish it was like that. Also, please don't get hit by a car, because cars don't like to stop for you as a pedestrian. And let's see, just have fun and let me know if you have any other questions. I have a whole bunch of people that I know have also graduated. If you want to know anything else about BYU, or if you just want someone to vent to when you don't like something, then do that and enjoy. And I'm sure I forgot stuff, but you'll figure it out and you'll have your own great time. So rise and shout, Cougs. Go get 'em. Yeah.